car, like I said, I'm from Illinois, so I picked this car up in Illinois. I had it shipped from Illinois to Texas. So I'm pretty sure just from the the extreme weather change, literally from like single degree weather to like 80-degree weather, and obviously it bumping up and down on the trailer, I think that caused an exhaust leak. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get that fixed up. But for now, it's not that big of a deal, because all I am doing essentially is doing my break-in miles. I have a little bit left to go. Oh, actually, not a little bit. I have a lot left to go. Theoretically, when this gets to 300, I can change the oil again and then start getting on the car. But I'm actually just gonna go ahead and be super safe about it and break it into about 500 or so, and then start getting on the car. I fixed up my AFR gauge. AFRs are fine. Driving, it's fine. So the exhaust leak, it looks like it's bad, but that's because that center exit, it's literally just a straight pipe, 3-inch back from the turbo down pipe to the exit. So it's gonna pronounce a little bit more, but everything's looking pretty straight here. All right, welcome back to the channel, everyone. This is gonna be the first POV drive in my built motor turbo FRS, man. We're gonna do a little bit of the break-in miles here. I have a little bit, well, technically a lot left to go, but I figured I'd go ahead and take you guys along with me. If you guys do enjoy the content, the FRS, the 2-valve, it's starting to get windy, my luck. Make sure you guys drop a like in the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll turn those post notifications, man. Let's get right into it. Way different vibe than the 2-valve, I'll tell you that right now. This car is quiet as fuck. Way quiet. Way different vibe. Gotta get that whiff. Ah, man, I love the smell of E85. Love it. I missed that smell so much. Missed it. Car's way lower too, and these seats are super comfortable for the stock seats. Now I do have this car on map number 1, so it's going to be on wastegate right now. This map, I should say, this car has 3 maps. Obviously wastegate, which is 7 psi, then it has a 12, and then looking at the records, I believe this actually is a 17-pound map. So this car in the highest setting 100% makes either literally just that 400 wheel or a little bit over 400 wheel out of this Greddy T518Z turbo, which I do plan on upgrading right around the time that I'm done with the break-in mount. Whew, man. This is definitely a different vibe, a different ride from the 2-valve. I'll tell you that right now. Now, because we are doing the break-in miles and I can't go ahead and get on this car too hard, I'm trying to stay out of boost as best as I can. Now, you guys are probably gonna be able to tell in this video, if you guys can see the gauge, that this car does start to build boost around like 3,000 RPM, and it's actually at full boost at like 3,500 RPM. So it boogies pretty quick, and I'm talking about full boost no matter what setting it is on. So if this is, you know, like say for example, I'm on setting 1, so this is the 7 psi setting. Setting 2's around 12, 3 is 17. I'm pushing 17 pounds of boost at like 3,500 RPM. Obviously this car is boosted by gear, but you guys get the point. It's moving out. It is truly moving out. Now I'm trying to do as much city miles as possible, you know, stop and go, going through the gears and whatnot, because that's how you like properly break in an engine. And it's taking some time. It's taking some time. I ain't gonna lie, it's taking some time. This car is significantly quieter than the 2-valve, and I mean, this has a straight piped exhaust too. Usually when you have like, you know, the 2-liter cars, straight pipe, they loud as fuck, but the turbo acts as a pretty efficient muffler, so it's taking a lot of the drone and a lot of the raspiness out of the exhaust, which I really do like. Now, I also want to take this time, since we are just going to be cruising, having a good old conversation, to kind of go through my experiences boosting this car on the stock engine, because obviously this car does have an IAG Staged block in here. If you guys watching the channel have twins, FRSs, BRZs, 86s, and you guys are wondering, should you go ahead and drop the money to boost your stock bottom end car, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys this right now. I do actually recommend it, but if you guys are like trying to, you know, hunt horsepower numbers, you probably want to go ahead and reconsider your plan of attack, because that's kind of where I messed up. Because when I had this car, this is the first car that I've actually went ahead and modified before I had the 2-valve. A lot of people don't realize that I had this car years before. Oh shit, I'm still getting used to this clutch. I had this car years before I had the 2-valve. This car was boosted about a year and a half before I had the 2-valve. So I was, you know, I'm not gonna lie, I was one of those guys that was chasing the horsepower number, which theoretically you really shouldn't, because you don't need a lot of horsepower out these cars to get them moving and grooving, if you know what I mean. I mean, 350 wheel horsepower out of this thing, that's about where mine was at before the head gasket failed. These cars, they move out pretty good. Now, obviously now, you know, pushing 400 and, you know, with a bigger turbo, 500 to the tire, these cars gonna be, they're a ball of fun, man. Now, keep in mind, this car, just the turbo kit itself and the supporting mods, I mean, oh man, I still gotta get used to this damn clutch. It's easier to drive than the 2-valve, but I'm just muscle memory. I'm used to just mashing my foot down on that clutch in the 2-valve, because it's a cable clutch. This is hydraulic. I'm used to just mashing that thing down. So this being so light is just, it's nice, but at the same time, it's gonna take some time to get used to. This car, 10%, well, I should say, why am I saying 10%? 100% is easier to drive than the 2-valve. I mean, just, my seat's reclined all the way back. You know, I'm going through the gears effortlessly. I'm getting the downshifts back in point, because I always be able to downshift this thing crazy. But as I was saying, the turbo kit and the supporting mods itself was like double what it costed to go ahead and boost the 2-valve. So let that keep in mind. I think I spent around, damn, I think like $8,500 or something like that. Might have been closer to $9,000 to turbo this car, which theoretically isn't bad. And it only costed me like, what, $4,000 to do the 2-valve, and that included the tune. Like that $8,500, that does not include the tune and the ECU Tech license. So it's like $10K. Yeah, it's like $10,000 to turbo these cars, when it took like $4,000 to get the blower, the supporting mods and whatnot on the 2-valve. So you gotta make sure you guys are spending your money wisely. Obviously, I've had this car for a while. I've invested in it, so it really wasn't that big of a deal. And then obviously, when it went down, I wanted to make sure it came back, you know, with the potential to make some real steam. So that's why I went ahead and built the motor. Could I have thrown a stock motor in this car? Of course. But again, there's no point to do that, in my personal opinion, if the car is going to be down for a while. Man, something else I want to do to this car, I didn't get these windows retinted, man, because like this, I forgot the percentage on this car, but the front windshield has no tint, so you could literally see directly in to the car. Everybody can see me with the GoPro on. They can see me talking to myself, or I should say to you guys. Definitely want to go ahead and kind of stealthing this thing back up. I got to get 35 on the front and then 5% all the way around. That's what I'm going to do. I didn't do that in Illinois just because sometimes, you know, cops out there kind of sketch. I tended the 2-valve literally like a month before I moved, so I didn't really give a fuck. But this car, I definitely did not want to go ahead and do that. You guys can probably hear the clutch chatter that South Bend clutch. I don't know if you guys can hear, but this car does actually have a little bit of road noise because I am on the R888R tires all the way around, so you can kind of hear it. Especially at high speeds, y'all be able to hear it. Trust me, when I do the first like hard pulls video, y'all be able to hear the high speeds for sure. You can hear it right now, I think. I love that noise though. Race car. I'm only going 40 and you can hear it. 172K miles. God, man. 172,000, bro. We got a ways to go, bro. This is crazy. I don't know how y'all do it, man. I know why people just say fuck it, they just start sending their motors when they just get them built, because like this braking period, damn, this shit sucks, man. Stuck at wastegate. I gotta wait till this thing reads 500. Man, this is, I'm not even halfway there. I'm like, I don't want to even put it into boost because I'm not trying to risk nothing, man, because this car's been down for too long. I'm just ready to get into it and rip it. I know you guys are probably like, man, send this thing now, but like, look, in due time, trust me, in due time, this thing will be moving and grooving, because like, man, dude, 500 wheel out this thing. Woo. All right, hope you guys enjoyed the little POV. Of course, the wind's coming in. My luck. Just want to go ahead and get on the wheel a little bit more. Enjoy the car, because it's been too long since I've been behind the wheel. And speaking of long awaited things, I'm gonna go ahead and wash this car right now because it needs a bath ASAP. There's still some, like, I think there's honestly some salt on here a little bit, just because, like I said, I'm from Illinois. It was snowing. It was like 1 degree when this car got picked up, so I definitely got to go ahead and get this thing a nice wash. Man, dude, feels amazing. Feels absolutely amazing. Oh man. So if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you drop a like on the vid, subscribe to the channel, and turn on those post notifications. I'll keep making updates on this car and obviously the 2-valve as well. Did not forget about the 2-valve. Of course, did not forget about the 2-valve. Hope you guys enjoy, and I'll catch you guys in the next one, man. I'm off to wash this car. Deuces.